and price the hell out of them. I think people are too scared to price really high, but if you do that, that's where the big margins come in. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Again, I'm gonna try and make this video as short and speedy as possible. How to make $100 margins on StockX Flex, on StockX consignment. We pretty much talked about this last video. I told people to DM me. Surprisingly, a ton of people DM me. I don't know why, but a lot of people DM me. They wanted to get into Flex. So I'm just gonna show you guys right here, make a quick video on how to make huge margins and why we're actually making a lot bigger margins selling through Flex. If we kind of go down here, I'm just gonna click the first shoe that has a relatively higher sale. So if we look at this size 14, we sold it for $399. Normal pairs are selling for $355. So not a huge discrepancy until we come here. This one's $303. After fees, they're probably getting two something. After fees for us, we're getting $362. So the discrepancy between, let's say like this guy selling his pair on normal Flex size 14, on normal StockX, size 14, versus us is roughly gonna be about $100. And I think we all know if you got these for retail or whatever, you can easily make $100 in profit. Now, as you can see, the shoes that we're making the highest amount of margin are the ones that aren't the newest releases, but are a little bit older. Like if we scroll right here, this Carmine 2021 sold for $300, right? And if we go to all the other sales, 182, 196, 220, 185, 164, they're selling like every other day, maybe once a week. Our return after all fees was $270. Again, $100 margin right there, because it is a shoe that's settled. It's a previous release. You can easily go on any marketplace, get this shoe, send it to Flex, and you're good to go. This right here, this isn't the oldest shoe, but it's also not the newest. We sold it for $1,700. After fee, we got $1,600. As we can see right here, all the other sales were $1,200. So just like that, $500 plus, $400 plus margin. I think that's like a 30% margin, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure. Here's another high priced pair, Guava 4, sold for $499 after all fees. So it was basically like most of the Flex pairs are selling for that amount. One for $611, then another normal StockX pair sold for $351. A little bit lower. All of these a little bit lower, about $100 lower than this. All these are in the 400s, 430. We sold it for $548, $100 above market again. I could honestly probably go on for like an hour showing you guys high priced pairs. We've sold 10,000 plus pairs on Flex. The point is, the only way you're gonna make $100 margins is simply just going for older pairs. It's as simple as that. Pairs that have settled, pairs that aren't gonna be restocking. Basically think of like a collector that has pairs for sale, or think of your friend that might have a dead stock pair of these that he bought like 3-4 years ago that's just sitting in his closet. You could easily buy that from him for $200, sell it on here for $340. After fees, you're getting $300. And you basically make $100. Let me show you guys some funny kind of sales. This off-white Converse, we sold it for $339. All the previous sales were $116, $291, $207, $200, $253. So $100 margin again. Something kind of funny, if we see my screen right here, as we can see, another way to make $150+ margins, which is honestly what I aim for. I'm sure you guys all know how I resell sneakers, whether it's holds or quick flips. Right here, we see this size 7Y sold for $349. All the other ones are around $300. Now, this was very, very, very early on when these released. So I guess you could say we got them in before most people did. After fees, the size 7Y, we got $320. Obviously, right now, market is tanked. Like it's selling for $200 less because a lot of people have more pairs on the market. But another way you can make $100, $150 margins is if you get your pairs in before everyone else gets them, let's say a new release, and price the hell out of them. I think people are too scared to price really high, but if you do that, that's where the big margins come in. So do not be afraid to, price high. It's a lot easier to make bigger margins and make a lot more money that way, because you only need to sell 30 to 50 pairs to make a solid, 3 to 5K per month. If you want to make 10K per month, you only have to sell 100 pairs. So if you're more picky with what you buy and the margins you have, you can zoom past 10K a month really quickly. And StockX alone, they sell millions of pairs per month. Like they sell so much They sell so much volume that all you have to do is just fill in the pockets, really the pairs that they're missing, and price as high as you can. If we put a screenshot right here, I mean, there's plenty of people that I've worked with that have gotten in, sold hundreds of pairs. They pretty much just put in like 100 to 300 pairs. 70% of it's gone. So there's about a 70% sell through rate. That's kind of how I do my math. I put in 1,000 pairs. Typically about half to maybe right now about half would sell every single month. During holidays, about 80 to 90% of them sell, and back to school, probably like 70%. So the sell through rate's really high. As long as you're picky on your margins and the exact pairs that you buy, which you shouldn't be buying new releases right now, especially if they have the tariffs, you can make a ton of money. If you want to get in, a ton of people DM me from the last video, so just DM me on Instagram if you want us to get you into Flex, StockX consignment. Also, a lot of people are banned. If you're banned, also reach out. But yeah, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some value out of it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Peace.